ॐ सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। नमः सर्वेभ्यः. Welcome you all to the next session of the course Sangeetharatnakara-An Overview, offered by Arsha Seva Kendram. This Grantha, Sangeetharatnakara, was composed by the great Sharngadeva in the 13th century on the Sangeeta Shastra. In our previous sessions, we discussed about the various prakaranas of the first Adhyaya, that is Swaragata Adhyaya. Most of the topics were the building blocks for the Sangeeta Shastra. And in today's session, we are moving on to the next chapter, next Adhyaya, Ragaviveka Adhyaya. Here, what the author is trying to do is introducing the reader or the connoisseur of music to the discussion on various ragas divided on the basis of their distinct characteristic. And here there is a discussion on the tenfold classification of the ragas. And when we look at the core concepts between the Indian music system and the Western classical tradition, how Indian music leads one to the path of moksha, liberation. And in Western system, it is an artistic expression or intellectual stimulation. And for us, it is both artistic expression, intellectual stimulation, and also it's a path to moksha. And there is a link of day, season, cosmic rhythm to most of the ragas. And there is rasa theory, and then our Indian system is rooted in metaphysics, spirituality, aesthetic experience, and so many other aspects. Then today's session, Ragaviveka Adhyaya, and we will be discussing about the various ragas and their distinct features. And here, the scholar or the seeker, he has to listen more deeply, and it is not just the sound or the words, or not only the swaras, but that sound in between the notes must be, the silence in between the notes must also be heard by the practitioner. And then he starts with the Grama raga, uparaga, raga bhasha, vibhashantara bhasha, vivekakhyam prathamam prakaranam. So he says here, he talks about the discernment of Grama ragas, uparagas, bhasha ragas, vibhasha, antara bhasha, and he tries to deal comprehensively with the discernment of ragas. What do we understand by discernment? The ability to distinguish or to grasp or to comprehend the various aspects of Indian music, how it is divided, how he has classified them into Grama ragas, uparagas, bhasha, and then vibhasha, antara bhasha, and all these things. And what is Raga Viveka? He names the Adhyaya as Raga Viveka Adhyaya. Why does he name it Raga Viveka? That Viveka word comes from Upasarga Purvaka, which dhatu, which Prithak Bhave. So to investigate, to ponder, to manifest, to show, to understand, so many meanings are there for this dhatu. So Swara Varna Vishishtena Dhvani Bhedena Va Punaha Rajyate Yena Satchittam Sa Ragaha Sammata Satam. So Raga Viveka, this understanding or investigation about the raga is the main theme of this chapter. Yaha asau dhvani visheshastu swaravarna vibhushitah ranjakah janachittanam sa ragah kathito budhaihi, says Matanga. Ranjana jayate ragaha. So raga is the word derived from ranj dhatu, to paint, to color, or to be involved, or to be attracted to. All of us get attracted to music. So that is why it has been included as it is pondering over the raga viveka. Then he does this with a unique style actually. Atha granthena sanksipta prasanna padapantina nishankaha nikhilam raga vivekam rachayati amum. So he comes with his own beautiful way of, and easy to understand by the reader or the listener, how to go about it. That is the main crux of the matter. So, Sankshipta Prasanna Pada Panktina. Pada stands for a word, and the Pankti means a line or a sentence. When we look at Brihadeshi of Matanga, Shadjo Nyasaha, Shadjo Amshakaha. So there is a repetition of the words, and the sentences are not short. Here, what he has done? Sankshipta Prasanna Pada Pankti. So he has come up with the short and clear words or sentences to bring to us Raga Viveka. And when we look at how the Giti, when we talk about Gitis, he talks about fivefold Grama ragas and 5 Gitis. Panchadha Grama raga hasyuhu Panchagiti samashrayat. So, before going to what are those Pancha Vidha Grama raga, Giti we have already seen in our first Adhyaya. There, the author dealt with all those factors of tonal phenomenon that go to constitute music, and also with the primary forms of melody and the melodic type, the jatis and the rules and the regulations of jati songs. And then the word raga in this title was used by Bharata Muni to talk about emotion, aesthetic enjoyment, pleasure, rakti, so many things. And then Matanga used the word raga technically. He says that particular sound formation, which is embellished by musical tones and the movement of tonal patterns, and is thereby delightful to the listener's mind, is called raga. So, raga is derived from the root ranj, to color. And when we look at Kalidasa's Abhijnana Shakuntalam, there in the first act, first anka, the Sutradhara and the Nati, the actress, they are there on the stage, and the lady, she sings beautifully and introduces the subject matter of the natak. So that time the Sutradhara is saying, Tavasmi Gita Ragena Harina Prasabham Hritaha Yeshaha Rajeva Dushyantah Sarangena Tiramhasa. So, Aham Harina Tava Gita Ragena Dushyantah iva Prasabham Hritaha Asmi Atiramhasa Sarangena Yeshaha Raja Dushyant. So, I have been forcibly carried away by your enchanting melody or music, just as this king Dushyanta is carried away by this extremely swift deer. So, music has such a great potential to carry our minds to beautiful places or to a beautiful world, we can say. Then, in the same Abhignana Shakuntalam, in the fifth act, Dushyanta himself is saying, "Aho, Raga Parivahini Geetihi." So Dushyanta, he himself is mesmerized by the singing of some Hamsapadika. So, a piece of music that evokes a particular feeling, passion, love, affection, sympathy, whatnot, that is raga. And here in the Sangeetharatnakara, our Sharngadeva beautifully comes up with a structured approach to understand Indian music. Kallinatha interprets Ragaviveka as the relative differentiation of the 10 types of ragas he talks about. They are Grama raga, uparaga, and then ragaha, bhashaha, vibhashaha, antarbhashaha, ragangani, bhashangani, kriyangani, and upangani. And those topics will come later in the next prakarana. In today's session, we will be discussing up to Antarbhasha. Then he says, Panchadha Gramaragaha Syuhu Panchagiti Samashrayat. Gramaragas are fivefold as they conform to five Gitis. So, Gramaragas are related to the two Gramas, with Shadja and Madhyama Grama, and with the intervention of Jatis only. Here, the classification of Grama Ragas is based on five Gitis, Swarashrita Gitayaha. That's what we understand. Bharata spoke of four Padagitis, Magadhi, Ardhamagadhi, Sambhavita, Pruthula. And then Matanga gave us seven Gitis, Shuddha, Bhinna, Gaudi, Raga, Sadharani, Bhasha, and Vibhasha. And Yashtika spoke of three Gitis, Bhasha, Vibhasha, Antarabhasha. And then Shardula recognized only one Giti, that is Bhasha. Durga Shakti accepted five Gitis, Shuddha, Bhinna, Gaudi, Vesara, Sadharani. So, according to Sharngadeva, there are five Gitis. This refers to Raga Gitis, and Panchagitayaha, they are Gitayaha Pancha, Shuddha cha, Bhinna, Gaudi cha, Vesara, Sadharaniti Shuddha Syad, Avakraihi, Lalitaihi, Swaraihi. So, there are five Gitis, Shuddha, Bhinna, Gaudi, Vesara, and then Sadharani. Shuddha is characterized by captivating and straight notes. The Lalita, he says, Lalitaihi, Avakraihi, Lalitaihi, Swaraihi. So, Lalita here means Manohara, that which steals the mind of the listener. Lal Dhatu, Ipsayam, Vilase, and such meanings are there. To seek or to desire, to enjoy, all those things. Avakra means not twisted or curved. The notes are straight and very beautiful to listen to, and there is no difficulty in singing also. Then he talks about the next one, that is bhinna. Bhinna vakraihi swaraihi sukshmaihi madhuraihi gamakair So bhinna is marked by fine and curved notes taken along with sweet sounding gamakas. Here, sukshma, madhura, gamaka swaras are intermingling to produce beautiful music. Then he talks about here next this is Gaudi. How Gaudi is described by Sharngadeva is, it is considered to have an unbroken state, akhandita sthitihi, where sthanatraye, among the three registers, it is an unbroken, there is an unbroken state, and there is gamaka, gadhaihi, prakharaihi, tristhana vyapaka gamaka, yeshu swareshu taihi. That is gadha. And deeply entered, you can say. And then vohati, kampitaihi, mrudu, mandraihi, mrudu, drutataraihi swaraihi, hakaraukara yogena, hrunyaste chibuke bhavet. And this vohati is produced by kampita, mandra, vegavattara swaras. The notes taken with kampita gamakas in an effort to pronounce pronounce ha and au, how, by keeping the chin over the chest. Hranyaste chibuke bhavet. Hakara aukara yogena hranyaste chibuke. You can say hakara aukarau atati. And according to Kalinatha, this is not singing, but the quick posture helps in embellished singing of Gaudi. That is what Ohati is described in this. And then next he talks about Vegaswara. Vegavadbhihi swaraihi varna chatushke api atiriktakaha. Literally means one having notes in quick succession. In some ragas we sing very fast, no? The swaras are very closely knit, and you can't sing such ragas slowly. And this is also called ragagiti or vesara. It implies notes in quick succession so as to be delightful in all the four varna. Svaraha saranti yad vegat tasmad vesaraka smrita. And in sthai, arohi, avrohi, sanchari, everywhere it is quite fast. Then he talks about sadharani. Sadharani is Chaturgitigatam Lakshmashrita Sadharani Mata. So, this is based on the characteristic features of all the four Gitis. So, ragas are considered to be Shuddha, and they are associated with Shuddha and other Gitis. Now, he next talks about the Shuddha Grama ragas. Grama ragodeshaha. So here there are Shuddha ragas are 7 in number. Shadja grama samutpannaha, Shuddha kaishika madhyamaha, Shuddha sadharitaha, Shadja grame. So Shuddha kaishika madhyama, Shuddha sadharita, Shadjagrama. These are the ragas derived from the Shadjagrama. And then Panchamah Madhyamagramah Shadavah Shuddhakaishikah. So Panchama Madhyamagrama Shadava Shuddhakaishika. These are the ragas derived from Madhyama Grama. All of them are Shuddha ragas only. So when we look at the number Shuddha Kaishika Madhyama, and then Shuddha Sadharita, and then Shadja Grama, and then Panchama, Madhyama Grama, Shadava, Shuddha Kaishika. These 7 ragas are considered to be Grama ragas, Shuddha Grama ragas. And then Bharata says, Yat kinchit giyate loke, tat sarvam jatishu sthitam. So everything is derived from jati only. Jati sambhutatvat raganam jatihi. There is a close association between jati and raga or singing. And next we come to the bhinna ragas. Bhinna ragas are 5 in number. Bhinna hasyuhu, pancha kaishika madhyamaha. Bhinna shadjascha, shadjakhye. And in Madhyama Grama, Tana, Kaishika and Bhinna Panchama. So, 5 ragas of Bhinna are group, Bhinna group are Kaishika Madhyama and Bhinna Shadja in the Shadja Grama, and then Tana, Kaishika and Bhinna Panchama in the Madhyama Grama. Total 5 ragas. And then there are Gauda ragas. They are 3 in number. Gauda Kaishika Madhyamaha, Gauda Panchamaka Shadje, Madhyame Gauda Kaishikaha. So, Gauda Kaishika Madhyama in the Shadjagrama, and then Gauda Kaishika in Madhyama Grama. These 3 are the Gauda ragas. And then there are Vesara ragas. They are 8 in number. Takka, Vesara Shadava, Sauvira in the Shadjagrama. And then Botta, Malava Kaishika and Malava Panchama in Madhyama Grama. And then there is Takka Kaishika and Hindola, which belong to both the gramas, Shadja and Madhyama gramas. And there are 7 Sadharana ragas, Sapta Sadharanaha Tataha. Shadje Syad Rupa Sadharaha. So it is Rupa Sadhara, Shaka, and then Bhammana Panchama in Shadjagrama. Then Narta, Gandhara Panchama, and Shadjakaishika in Madhyama Grama. So, and then this is there. Kakubha belongs to both the gramas. Vigramaha, Kakubhas, Trim. So, in all, when we add them, sum up them, there are 7 Shuddha ragas, 5 Bhinna ragas, 3 Gauda ragas, 8 Vesara ragas, Sadharana ragas are 7, and in total it is 30 Grama ragas. All of them belong to Grama ragas. Shuddha ragas means that proceed in accordance with their own jati, that do not look to others and manifest their own jati, are known as Shuddha. Bhinna ragas are so called because they are differentiated with reference to 4 factors: Shruti, jati, purity and tone, and Gauda ragas being related to the Gaudi Giti. Such ragas are called Gauda ragas. And Vesara ragas, as we have discussed, the notes move rapidly. And then Sadharana ragas are those that are other than the Shuddha, Bhinna, Gauda, Vesara, and yet are the combination of all these. Okay, so next we come to the uparagas. So he talks about 8 uparagas. They are Shakatilaka, Takkasaindhava, Kokila Panchama, Revagupta, Panchama Shadava, Bhavana Panchama, Nagagandhara, and Naga Panchama. And uparagas can be understood as those derivative ragas or variations derived from major ragas. They serve as a link between Grama ragas and other subsequent branches of ragas, you can say. Jatibhyah jatanam api grama raga samipa bhavitvat uparagatvam. I'll repeat. Jatibhyah jatanam api grama raga samipa bhavitvat uparagatvam. So they are 8 in number. And then he talks about ragas. There are 20 ragas according to Sharngadeva. Uparagebhyah anantaram jatibhyah eva jataha Sri-ragadayah vimshati ragaha. So born out of the uparagas, and here we come across so many familiar names, but there is a lot of difference in today's ragas and what was there earlier. Shri Natta Bangala of 2 varieties, Bangala, and then Bhasa Madhyama, and then Shadava, Raktahamsa, Kolhasa, Prasava, Bhairava, Dhvani, Megha, Soma, and then 2 varieties of Kamoda, and then Amra Panchama, Kandarpa, Deshakhya, Kaishika, Kakubha, and Nattanarayana. So these are the 20 ragas according to Sharngadeva. And then he talks about the parent ragas. Bhasha Janaka Ragotteshaha. Here, what he says is there are 15 ragas declared by Yashtika actually. They are to be the progenitors of bhashas. That is what he says. A bhasha is different forms of alapa of the Bhasha Janaka Raga, and they manifest the essence of ragatva in different ways. And these 15 ragas are Savira, Kakubha, Takka, Panchama, Bhinna Panchama, Takka Kaishika, Hindola, Botta, Malava Kaishika, Gandhara Panchama, Bhinna Shadja, Vesara Shadava, Malava, and then Tana, Panchama Shadava are the 15 ragas which are to be considered as Bhasha Janaka Ragaha. Then again, there is a subdivision here. There are 4 bhashas of Savira, Saviri, Vegamadhyama, Sadharita, and Gandhari. Bhasha is the Grama Raga Alapa Prakara, the commentator says. And in Kakubha, there are 6 bhashas, and then in Takka, there are 21 bhashas, and then each of them are having vibhashas also, different numbers of vibhashas. And then there is one name we come across, Prenkhaka. That Prenkhaka, actually, some people say it is Hindola. But we have to verify whether, and in one of the some Bengali author I was reading about her writing, she says actually this Malava raga is there, no? Malava Kaishika. That is Malcolm's of present day. That's what she has written. I don't know whether it is accepted or not. I have to inquire further. And this way, he comes up with so many bhashas and vibhashas, antara bhasha, and every group is a derivation of the previous one. And there is a classification of bhashas or the parent ragas, bhasha bheda. He talks about bhasha mukhya, swarakhya cha, deshakhya cha, uparagajaha. Chaturvidha Matangokta Mukhya Ananyopajivini. So, bhashas are four types. What are they? Mukhya, Swarakhya, Deshakhya, Uparagaja. So, what it says is Mukhya is that which does not depend on another. It has an independent origin. Ya anyam na upajivati. That is Mukhya ragas. And then Swarakhya. Swarakhya is named after a Swara. That is, say, suppose Gandhari. So, ya Swaranamna Jnayate. That Raga itself is named as Gandhari. So, the Raga is named after that particular Swara. And then Deshakhya. It is named after the province, region, etc. Ya Desha Namna Jnayate. That is Deshakhya. Like Andhri, Saurashtra, Gurjari, all these raga names we have heard. And then Uparagaja, that which is different from Mukhya Swara Desha is Uparagaja. Ya Tabhyah Tisribhyah Jayate. And Yashtika, he has talked about Sankirna Deshaja Mula Chaya Matreti Namabhihi. So he talks about ragas which are the same what Sharngadeva says, Mukhya, Swarakhya, Deshakhya, Uparagaja. They are named by Yashtika as Sankirna, Deshaja, Mula, Chaya Matra. Then there is again Shuddha Bhiri Raganti cha Tridha Malava Vesari Mukhyaha Shaditi Sheshaha Syuhu Vigneyaha Sphutalakshanaha Nama Samyam Tuka Sanchit Bhinna Namapi Lakshmataha. So Mukhya is again sixfold. Shuddha, Abhiri, Raganti, all these things. And three varieties of Malava Vesari. The rest are well known with their distinct features. However, similar naming is observed despite their different characteristic features. That is what is the essence of today's session. And when we look at the summing up of what we have discussed today. And I was going through some of the ragas, like how Tyagaraja or Dikshita or Hindustani people have dealt with. So this Bhinna Shadja, it has so much of variation in each of their approach actually. Like when we listen to Tyagaraja's Bhinna Shadja, it is like I'll just sing one line and show you. సరే వారిలోన చౌక చాలదాయన సరే వారిలోన చౌక చాలదాయన సరే వారిలోన like that Tyagaraja's composition is there. If we listen to Dikshita, it is such a different Bhinna Shadja. That is Chidambareswaram Chintayami Shivananda Gangadharam Mrigadharam Chidam Bhareshwaram Bhinna Shadjaraganutta Prasiddham Chidam Bhareshwaram. So this is very close to Dhenuka, what Dikshitar has sung. Okay. When we listen to Hindustani, it is completely different actually. सुख कर आई सावन घटा वन वन घूमे नाच मोरवा सुख कर आई सावन घटा so beautiful. And then Takka Raga, that I found it similar of Dikshitar and Tyagaraja. We have Tyagaraja composition, this one, Shashivadana. Maybe Radha Bhagini can sing. I don't sing regularly, so I have forgotten those lines. If we add Panchama to Vasanta, it brings such a beautiful Takka Raga. And
Is there a Navavarnam also in Dakka? No. Kamalamba
I don't think so. I don't know. Radha Bhagini has to say.
Oh, sorry.
And Sundaramurtim Ashrayami by Dikshitar. And I didn't find any Hindustani equivalent. I have to search more. And then Bhinna Panchamam. Only Dikshitar's composition I could locate. Matsyavatara Mamava. It is very close to Ganamurti, that third Medakarta. Matsyavatara Mamava. Like that it comes actually. Madhusudana Guru Guhadinuta. Something like that it is there. So if any one of you could sing and exhibit how the different ragas are sung, it would be very nice actually.
Yeah, it's a Herculean task, Bhagini. Not
probably like a homework or something if you give. Of course, even then I am not competent enough to deliver any goods there. Probably Radha Bhagini can give us one session, with all these things and playing. I think she's the only one who can give.
No, Bhagini.
It will be a practical class, demonstration class for us, theory and this thing combined. Amazing.
But
no, I mean, what struck me was that silence between the sounds, which we get to experience, especially in Veena playing. Correct? Ilya Radha Bhagini?
Ama.
அந்த இழுத்து வாசிக்க
அதுல இருக்கு அதனாலதான் அது they say it's very
because now I got one of my friends, he left his veena here. I used to play veena. I mean, I'm saying past tense. 10-11 வருஷம் ஆச்சு வீணை தொட்டு. That person kindly left his veena, so I'm trying my hands in that. So அந்த இழுத்து வாசிக்கிறதே ஒரு தாலேந்து வாசிச்சு சா வரைக்கும் போறதே that Anahata, you don't strike, but you hear the knees, everything. It's very, very soothing. But you should be able to show more of us. Thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
So, this is for today's session. And in the next session also, it is Ragaviveka only. Second Prakarana is quite huge. There he talks about Raganga, Bhashanga, Kriyanga, Upanga, and all those things. But he says Prag Prasiddha Ragaha, Shankarabharanam, all those things. So I don't know how. Till now, we have not read about Shankarabharana, all those things. No, we have not touched upon them. So I have to work on that. Huh? So for today's session, this is the overview I could bring out. Otherwise, only theory, everybody will get bored. Oh, when is the class going to finish? Like that.
So nice of you,
No,
but
but
having
no,
worked so much on this and bringing all good things to us in one at one. Is collecting everything and putting it in a nutshell. So
you made it very interesting.
much,
Couple of things I want to say.
analyze in every
Number
step.
one, when you mentioned Kalidasa talking about, Dushyantya, that very first, that set the tone for today. And next, I was going to ask you how to sing whatever is there. I was raising my hand, and as if you heard me, you said you demonstrated. It looks as if you read my mind just from my hand. It was just so appropriate. Uh, that was very nice, very interesting. And actually, see, Dikshidhar lived a lot closer to Sharngadeva's time,
Yes,
I mean,
actually, Dikshitar had siddhis. That is why many of the raga names, if you look at
yeah,
the names of the ragas, he has named them like the way we see in this book.
yeah, he must have followed them.
Yes.
But
I
there
mean,
should be some like etymologically, there should be some connection between the name and how it is, the form of the
Mm.
raga, right?
Mm.
So if we start analyzing these names from these the ragas with the names, what it conveys, what it is trying to convey. Suppose you say Bhinna Shadjam, and we can analyze the value of Shadjam, whether it is less. So, like that, if we
Mm.
approach it with the names, how what it conveys, maybe we can have more insight. That's what I feel.
Yes, but it becomes too lengthy, no?
Yes, yes.
This is
Lifetime.
just an overview. So
It's something to
next time we will
carry
do
forward.
once.
no, no,
Once.
you have given us the clue. So each of us in our own way, we can see what is so binna about the Shajjam there. Binnam Shajjam Yasya Sahaba Binna. What is that? What is
It
the
might
binna there?
also be, it might also be sometimes Shruti Serada Padina Pa, Serada Padina, there'll be Shajjam, Binna Shajjam, um, Actually, I had another question. But actually, uh, Tyagaya was also supposed to have been given this book. Yeah, and that is the way our
Yes,
life
yes. He
history
got the
we are told.
Swaranavam from Narada.
Varanam.
Oh, Swaranama,
Varanam.
not this one, not this one.
Mm.
Okay, okay. I forgot
Yeah.
what book it was.
Yes. It
Yeah,
is
Mm.
okay,
Varanam,
okay.
Naradas. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I have,
think I remember Naradar. I said, "Yeppa, avarku idhukku enna connection?" Think I was just going to ask. Okay.
yeah.
But
See,
there
I
are
just have one
Adhyayas
comment.
anyway. Ah, okay.
I noticed, I've heard Pantula Rama sing this thing, Sadinchane. She sings slightly different, quite differently from the standard versions. And I came across a write-up, something about one Sishya of Tyagaraja, who's originally really from the real Andhra Pradesh, and their Sishya Parampara have handled some of the Tyagaraja songs quite differently compared to what most musicians sing today. And
Can you
even
share the
Balamurali
link?
Krishna.
Can
Huh?
you share the link for those audios?
Yeah, I will. I will try to find that because I heard some concert on YouTube, like, and I heard, and they said, "My God, this is different." Then I went
Mm.
and I was digging, and but the point is, I think it is the Shishya Parampara. My guru taught me this way. See, they all came from a certain guru, but then, and then it branches off. It's like a playing phone or something like that. You give the message to the next person, and then it gets quite different. And I'm thinking some of the songs, some of the ragams we sing today from what is mentioned in Sharngadeva or any of the earlier texts, the way it has changed, it also is a matter of the guru, shishya, the lineage, how it transformed. Anyway, I will try to find Pantula Rama's Sadinchane and any things about the differences. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
That
Yeah.
also we can discuss. Actually,
Yeah.
I was going through some of the ragas. People are saying like Abhiri, one Abhiri raga has come
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
this thing. So they say it is
We have
Ahiri.
Shuddha Daivata. There is a
Ah.
composition of Dikshita.
Hmm.
Bevi Vadyadi Vinodini Modini Raksha Mam Sagamapa Ni Sasani Dapa Magarisa. It's Shuddha Daivatam for
Okay, okay.
Abheri.
Okay,
And
okay.
my guru used to say that you should not say Abheri for Nagumam. That ragam is beam plus. He used to say that it is beam plus and not Abheri.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Even Vellai Tamare or all the songs that we say Abheri now, he used to say that as beam plus only. Because
Oh,
Abheri
okay.
And there is, where
Anyhow,
does
I was not.
Karnataka
no,
Devagandhari come?
Shaganta, I actually composed it in Aberi with Shuddha Daivatam because he lamented Nagumamu Kanaleni. I without looking at your
Yes.
smiling face, and na jali telisi my without knowing my sorrow you are doing like this. So that bhavam is very much conveyed only if it has the small Daivatam. This Nagasara wants to create some a jolly mood, they change the diver
Okay.
band. I heard.
Of course,
So,
but I was talking not about Abheri. I was talking about Abhiri. One raga is there. That somebody has written it is Ahiri in today's parlance. I don't know. We have to verify. People keep on coming up with so many, and somebody says all the whatever this Kalinatha and Simabhupala have written, it is all completely wrong interpretation. Like that, I have read. So I had to again and again read. Otherwise, it's not possible to bring out the essence actually. It becomes difficult.
so in
Anyhow, huh?
regions, you have this the like you say palu, they say halu in Karnataka.
Kannada.
So
Mm,
Abhiri and Ahiri, it's something like that. Like we say Gauda and
mm,
Gaula. Most of
mm,
the times we get confused between these both, but it is
mm.
always replaceable. Like uh, some
Go,
syllables are like that, no? So
Gauri Gaula is there. Gauri Ralayora Bedaha, like
mm,
that.
yeah,
Dalayora Bedaha also is
Gauri
there.
Giriraja Kumari is there.
Okay,
Anyway,
so we
I
will.
have a request.
across the
No.
T, but Varali, that ta and la, that also has.
Varati, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just have a request for this
Mm.
morning session. No demonstration of ahiri because we still want to eat lunch in the US.
That is, we must have that capacity to get the result. We don't have that capacity, so don't worry. Maybe Radha Bhagini has. I don't have.
No, no.
So no worries, huh?
A badly sung Ahiri will not produce that result. So I can be sure. Anyway, my bread is there on the table. I'm sure there'll be nothing will come between my bread and my this thing,
Yeah.
me.
The proof of the pudding is not eating, not being able to eat. If you sang ahiri correctly, only then you don't get lunch.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Thank you very
Samapayamah.
much. Yeah.
ॐ
Namaste.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः 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 श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ So next